6:47 your time, 50 degrees on this rainy Friday morning. I hope your weekend is off to a good start. As promised, we have a special guest. Michael Mayfield from Athens is with us this morning. And appreciate Michael getting up so early and driving down to be with us in the studio.
Well, not too bad for me, but
yeah, you're a farmer, so you get up early anyway, don't you?
True. This time of year usually a little later. In the summer is when I'm always up about this time with produce.
Yeah, I know.
We're staying up a little later these days with the corn maze.
Yeah, well, that's the reason that Michael is. I almost said Scotty. Scotty's his dad. I'm sorry,
that's all right.
But the reason Michael is here is to tell us about something exciting. And I know my grandkids. I told them about it, and they want to go and take advantage of this maze that you've got up there. Talk about the corn maze.
This is our 4th year to do it, and we've obviously improved it every year. This year we've added a bunch of new games and activities. That's the one thing we try to stress to people is it's not just a field of corn to go walk through. We have probably 20 other games and activities that come with that ticket. And we have a corn maze and the pumpkin patch as well, which is open to people to ride out and pick their pumpkin and have hillbilly pig races, and we added a big
hillbilly pig race.
No, but we use children as our squeal leaders. To
I bet.
Like take volunteers.
That's got to be.
It's a lot of fun. I like to tell people that the average time spent at our farm is usually a minimum of 3 hours.
Really?
Most people spend 4 to 5. So most people will arrive in the morning and not leave until later that afternoon. We have concessions and food there as well. So, but it's that's what we try to promote to people is don't plan on coming here for an hour. Plan on spending the day here. And
so it's a destination event.
Yeah, pretty much. It really is for our corn maze. I mean, because there's just so much to do. I mean, we've actually found now that there's so many other activities that the corn maze side of it for a lot of people has almost just become another activity because there's so much more to do. I mean, tractor tire swings, the big corn popper jumping pillow we put in this year is basically 2,500 square foot, like a trampoline, basically.
Oh my.
And so, we got our new game this year called Rat Race, where you get to run like in a hamster wheel kind of thing in a piece of pipe. And so, and a lot of it we've tried to improve on is more, it's fun for the parents as well as the kids. So you see both of them participating together, which is a lot of fun.
So it's a great get in this hamster wheel and stuff. It's not just for children.
And so
I'll be there.
Great family event. It sounds like.
Yeah, and that's and that's the thing is that's a very family oriented thing. We've also added the haunted trail this year, which we have a lot of families go through that, but obviously that's geared more towards high school, college age folks.
Now, I was going to ask you about the haunted trail. Is that a part of the maze, or is that separate?
Totally separate.
Totally separate.
We've wanted to keep that where we can still keep it family friendly, but yet have that added attraction as well, and people really appreciate that. The problem is you can't haunt a corn maze; they're too big. And plus, when you're doing a haunt or a scare, you don't want people going off of that path. You want them on a very set path. And so it's a logistical, it would be a logistical nightmare to try to haunt a maze.
What do you tell people? I know I get intimidated by the fact that, there's a big corn maze I have to go through. I'm always scared I'm going to get, because I've never been, for this very reason, I'm scared I'll get trapped in there.
Well, we have people in there to help. And a lot of times, actually, the customers help each other, as they get in there. But namely at night is when we really put more people in there to help people. During the day, usually people kind of help each other out. We actually, this year, we had done it in years past, and this year we did it again where we actually have 2 mazes in one. There's what we call a big maze and a small maze. And the small maze has been really a big hit for those with young children, really 6 or 7, 8 and under. Some of the 8-year-olds want to brave the large one, and some of the younger ones want to too. But the biggest thing that has helped with is our school groups. Because they can get in and out of that short maze in about 10, 15 minutes. They still get that same walking through the corner, that experience of doing that, but yet it doesn't take 45 minutes to do.
So that's about how long the big one takes?
The big one takes about 45 minutes. I mean, if you find every station, it's a good little walk.
That sounds like so much fun, but I've always just wondered how you can find your way if you take a wrong turn, but there's people there to help.
We have a map. I mean, people use a map as they go.
Being there screaming, help me!
You ever have someone get lost and just can't find their way out?
We've had some that got frustrated, but usually you can hear them talking in there. If you've got corn, we call them corn cops that we send in there to help.
Corn cops.
And so that, we haven't had any real issues like that. I mean, I heard, people talked about the 911 call, I think, in Ohio.
Yeah, I heard that.
Honestly, I think that was a publicity
stunt. You
think
it was?
Yeah. Which, obviously, it got them a lot of publicity.
Yeah, it tried to generate more business.
Unless they just had a very, very difficult corn maze and didn't
Their corn cops weren't very good. That's right.
But yeah, that continues to grow for us, and we really enjoy doing. I mean, the educational side with kids is a lot of fun. That's mainly our weekday stuff. The weekend is basically open to the public. Now with the haunt opening, we've kind of had some different hours with the corn maze as well, where we've been allowing people to go into that night maze. This haunt is a new thing for us this year, and it's really been fun. We've really enjoyed doing it. I mean, the clientele, the customers that have come through have been very pleased because, I mean, we had a guy that, helps at every major theme park in America come and help professionally design it, light it, sound it. And so it's about a 30-minute trail.
So it's a trail, it's not a maze.
It goes
You're
through,
actually going through the woods.
Right, it goes through woods and cornfields.
Okay.
So it's...
And I bet that's especially spooky at night.
You know that movie Children of the Corn?
Yeah.
That's just what I thought of when he said that.
That's the movie that I don't like scary movies. I can't watch them because of that movie. My brothers and sisters, I watched it when I was way too young.
Right.
But it's really been fun to do this because being on the outside looking in, you just kind of get to watch people get scared.
Right.
And it's funny because it's that adrenaline that it's almost, they love it. I mean, we've had people come back already 2 and 3 times, the same people. It's almost as if it's an addiction to that adrenaline. I mean, they just love it.
When you take it down after Halloween, they'll be like, put it back up.
But that's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun.
And then in addition to that, you've got an antique tractor show.
Right, this weekend. Yeah, we've got our antique tractor show and Plow Day this weekend, which the Plow Day is, these guys come from near and far. I mean, we had guys drive 6 hours last year to do this, and they call them tractors. I really call them lawnmowers. It's a small garden tractor that they will put a 14-inch or 16-inch moldboard plow on. They've got, they can raise it and lower it with a hydrostat, basically. And they start on, we've got about a 10-acre field, and one guy starts, and then one guy follows, and one guy follows, and you'll have 20 of these. It's hilarious, all plowing this field, and they literally plow until they get done. And it's just it's to be the same thing as somebody who likes to go fishing. It's just their hobby. They love to go do this, and so it's really
that'd be fun to watch.
It's hilarious to watch because you got these guys, these big grown men plowing on these little bitty tractors, and a lot of them bring their kids. I mean, we had a family last year that had 2 or 3 boys with them that get out there and plow and have fun. And so it's just that part of our heritage with tractors is something that's going away, and so for me it's neat because we're going to have crowds out there or people coming anyway, and so it's a great addition because they get to see that, they get to experience that, and hear the sound of old tractors, see what they look like, and touch them, feel them.
Are most of them smaller, or do you get?
No, they bring. It's kind of 2 separate crowds. I mean, you've got the antique tractor show guys that show their tractors, and then you've got the plow day guys.
Because I know my children like the big, the big wheels and the big tires.
Some of them, you've got guys that do both. Yeah. But it's really kind of 2 almost separate deals in and of its own. And you've got guys that just bring engines too. Last year what I thought was really neat was some guys brought a replica model of Henry Ford's first engine.
Oh, really?
That they could just set up on a stand basically. And it's just just a little replica of the first, gas burning, combustion engine he ever built. And I mean, it's an exact, I don't know if it's, I think it's obviously a scaled down model of that, but that's really pretty neat to see. I mean, you see how simple it is, and you think, well, that's not too hard. Yeah. Well, but obviously, however many hundred.
Talking about a different era.
Yeah.
It was
totally different.
That was
different
totally
technology.
Different science,
so that was a big deal back then. It'd be like the iPod today, almost.
Right.
It's a big deal. It sounds like a wonderful slice of Americana up there.
And that'll be on Saturday, 10 to 10 is the maze, and the plowing will start about noon. Phone numbers 423-746-9859, or you can. MayfieldFarmandNursery.com.
Okay.
We also have a Facebook page, Mayfield Farm Nursery. We have a Facebook page for the haunt as well, Mayfield Haunted Trail. So there's plenty of ways to find us and get a hold of us.
Now, as far as locating you off the interstate.
Exit 52 is the easiest
52.
way. Go to the second Athens exit. It's much easier.
Turn right, left?
Turn right from Cleveland and follow the signs. You'll go about 3.2 miles and then take a left. Okay. But it's very well signed off of that exit. Okay. We've got some off of 49, but I try to get people to just go a couple more miles down.
It's easier.
It's a lot less turns, and it's not hard the other way, but that's just always the way I go. And so
my daughter and I may come. My husband's taking my son on the juvenile hunt this weekend, the deer hunt.
Well,
so I'll have my daughter all day.
And we're open Sunday as well, 1 to 7.
So 1 to 7,
right.
Okay.
Now, we'll be open through that for the haunt. We're just going to stay open on into the haunt that night because the haunt is open. Well, we're probably not going to be open tonight as the weather does not look like it's going to permit that. We'll make that call a little later just to make sure, but from what I saw this morning, it looks like it's pretty much going to rain all night long.
It does look like it, yeah.
But the haunt goes every night through Halloween night, so through Monday night. And one of the things we do with people with that is if they come on any night prior to that, we cut their band. We identify everybody with wristbands. We'll cut that at an angle, the excess part, and tell them if they come back on Halloween, they get them for free.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of a thing we do, just because most haunts really just don't do that well on Halloween because everybody has so many other things they're trying to do.
Right.
And so that's a way to just kind of drive that. And plus, we'll have all the actors, everyone who helped in there, and really just kind of do a blowout, and it's really been a lot of fun. The responses that has been one of the more enjoyable things that new things we've added in a while because being behind the scenes, you get to watch people get scared.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
And when they're coming upon a real scary part.
You can hear them throughout the whole thing.
Oh, that's so funny.
All the way around it.
Wow. Well, it sounds like a great way to spend the weekend this Halloween. So on Saturday, the hours again?
10 to 10.
10 to 10 on Saturday.
The haunt will go until 11, but the corn maze and pumpkin patch.
And then on Sunday afternoon, 1 to 7?
Right.
Okay. And it's going to be great. What's the admission fee?
The maze is $9.
Okay.
And then we have the pumpkin patch is $8. Both of those get you the hayride. Okay. Both of those get you admitted to the playground area.
Okay.
And then if you want to do both the maze and the pumpkin patch, we have a combination ticket for that, which is $14.
Okay.
Oh,
and then the haunt is $10. Yeah. But I tell you, stopping at a Hardee's or somewhere on the way if you want. I mean, you can get food from us, but there are $2 off coupons we have saturated everywhere around we know, and put $2 off coupons as much as we can, trying to just get people aware of us and knowing that we're there.
Right.
A lot of folks just don't even know we exist, obviously, even with the corn maze, and we've been doing it 4 years.
Yeah.
It's doing well, but especially this Bradley County area, you guys, there's a big population density here.
And you're not that far away.
We're not that far away.
We like some thrills on Halloween.
30 minutes away from you, depending on what part of Cleveland you're from. And
instead of driving to Chattanooga 30 minutes, go that way 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun.
Especially for the maze. I mean, it's an all-day event. If people are looking for that fall outing, to go make that family tradition, to go make that memory, to pick that pumpkin, we're just right there. And we just, once people come, the overwhelming response I hear from everyone is, man, I had no idea you had this much stuff here to do. Yeah. They just thought it was just a field of corn and you walk around the corn
and that's
go home.
Yeah.
It's like a Halloween Disney World almost.
It is.
Well, that's exactly what we're trying to kind of do, is a miniature Disney World, a miniature Dollywood, a day out, not just and that way people feel like they get their value, rather than we went and watched a movie and paid $9 a piece and it lasted an hour and a half and then we went home and we just sat there the whole time. And that's what we really enjoy, is kids are active, kids are playing, they got dirt on their knees and straw all over them from playing in the hay.
And memories. They're making memories. That's a great thing. You need to do that with
priceless.
your family.
That's exactly right.
We're running a little late at 7:02, but I want to thank Michael Mayfield for coming by and telling us about this. And I'm going to do my best to run up there Sunday afternoon
I'm going to take Olivia
after church and take my grandkids. I know they will love this.
It's a lot of fun.
So we're going to see if we can do that. 7:02. Thanks again, Michael, for coming by, and we'll try to see you sometime this weekend. Back in just a moment.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
And there you see the weather forecast for today. Well, actually through Sunday, it's shaping up to be pretty good for the block party. Today, it's not so good. Right now, we're almost at our high, 50 degrees already, and a high of 51, overnight low dipping down into the 30s. Tomorrow, it's going to get close to freezing overnight, 33 for the low projected, high of 60 with sunshine, and then on Sunday, a little warmer. I think it's going to be good block party weather by the time you get the costumes on and all the crowd down there. It's going to be just about right with an overnight low of 39. And we're back. I want to thank Michael Mayfield for coming by. And
right, that was so much fun. Yay, we're definitely going.
Yeah, so what do you call these things?
Those are the
tickets.
Bands.
Yeah, the bands you put around. So an incentive for us to go. We're going to invite Johnny McDaniel to go with us up there and get spooked up.
We'll carpool. You can take
us. Great to have Johnny McDaniel with us, Director of Bradley County Schools. He comes on occasionally to give us an update of what's going on in Bradley County Schools. Good to see you this morning.
Right. Dan, it's great to be here this morning, Nikki. Good morning.
Nice to see
you are a busy man as always, and of course you're right at the end of the first semester, I think, in school, aren't you? Getting close
we're coming
in
up
fall
on
break?
it, Dan. We're actually into the second 9 weeks. The semester will end right before we go off on winter break.
Yeah.
We get the school year started. Some folks think maybe a little too early, but our goal is really to be done, particularly at the high school. We're on the 4x4 block, and we need to have our exams and everything finished up like in college.
Yeah.
We try to finish that first semester before we go on winter break. So the countdown is on toward the winter break. We've got the holidays coming up. We're looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. We have several things to catch up on, but one thing that has happened since you were here before, and that's the new addition to Bradley Central High School. I forget what you call, it's not the science wing.
We call it the Fine Arts Building.
The Fine Arts Building, yeah. I didn't make it. I was out of town. I didn't make it to the the ribbon cutting. But talk about that facility and how it's enhanced to Bradley Central.
Then the new Fine Arts Building is a beautiful building. I hope that the viewers have the opportunity to come by and attend one of the performances that the school will be providing an opportunity for the community to come out and be there. The Fine Arts Building is a 600-seat auditorium.
Wow.
We also built a band room and a chorus room. For those who went to school at Bradley Central, they'll remember taking band and chorus over in the gym.
Yeah.
We brought ROTC back to Bradley Central last year.
Yes.
And so by building the Fine Arts Center, we've moved the band and the chorus into the new building. So we've opened up space for some PE classes and for ROTC. So those classes moved out. We have a 600-seat auditorium. It's a beautiful facility. It has the catwalk, all of the intricate pieces that students need to learn to put on a theatrical performance. And so we teach theatrical arts there at Bradley Central, along with the drama, the chorus, the band that will be performing there. We have some community groups who will be using the facility for some performances and
600
benefits.
Seats. That's a
Well,
nice size.
that's a size of a venue that's filling a niche, I think, in this community for small theatrical productions and things like that. And I'm glad to hear that some of the community organizations have access to it. That's going to be great.
Right.
And as you come into the building, it's simple but elegant, beautiful. Had a lot
It looks
of
great from
response.
the road from South Lee Highway.
It
You go
does.
by and it's like, wow, that's
I know,
pretty
and
neat.
I'm a bear at heart. I graduated in '92, and well, I just told my age, but anyway, whenever you pass by, it's such a nice addition. I mean, it looks really nice. I've always loved Bradley, and I love the addition now. So.
We intended for it to just match and fit right in.
Yeah.
It looks like it
And it
belongs
does.
there.
It does.
And
It
the
really
brick
does.
color, I've had a lot of comment about that, of how well it matches and how great it looks and an improvement. Folks, of course, are saying, well, we need another building on the other end for our science building, and we would love to do that. But really, that building was made possible, Dan, because of the half-cent sales tax that our folks here in Bradley County passed overwhelmingly. And that money came to Bradley County schools unexpectedly that year, and we put the money with money the board had been saving over several years. And we really got a great value.
Yeah.
That building cost right at $3 million. Originally, when we started, the cost looked like it was going to be around $5 million, but just a great time to build. And we really got a great product for the folks here in Bradley County, and we're proud of it. Hope they come out to see it.
Yeah, and taxpayers, your tax dollars at work, and this is one of those good things.
It is. It's nice to see
you got
what
your
becomes
money's
of your
worth.
tax dollars. Yes.
What else is going on? I know you are a busy man. There's always something changing and updating in education. What else is on your heart today?
Well, Dan, this has been a very busy year for our teachers and our administrators this year. Folks may remember the legislature made quite a few changes last year. One of the changes is the way that we do teacher evaluations. In the past, we evaluated teachers twice in 10 years. And the legislature felt like that, particularly since we were wanting to position ourselves to be contenders for race to the top, that we would need to change that. And the legislature put in a piece that said we would evaluate every teacher every year.
Every year?
Yes, and the state board put in some rules that not only would we be in the classroom every year, but pretty ambitious. They said that we'd be in there 4 times a year for tenured teachers and 6 times a year for apprentice teachers. So that's a very ambitious program.
So how has that added to your workload?
A lot, particularly for our principals. They have really been working hard. We've tried to provide all the support we can from central office. It has changed the focus to some extent.
Now, how is this evaluation accomplished, Johnny? By the principals? Are they the one responsible for doing the evaluation of the teachers?
They are, Dan. And then we have some support administrative staff that would come in to help. Terry Murray, Sheena Newman, Dan Glasscock, Tina Stone.
Great staff.
They are assisting the principals, and it's really a burden on our administrative staff. We don't hire a lot of assistant principals in Bradley County compared to a lot of places around the state. Our schools are funded at a lower level than a lot of other areas, and that's one of the places that it will show up in the administrative support. But our folks are doing a great job. Our teachers, I think some of them have told me that they've been putting 10 or 12 hours into preparation because we've hired excellent people who want to do an excellent job, and they're really giving it their all. I've tried to say, well, we want you to calm down. You do a great job. We'll see that when we come in. But when it's something new, it's difficult for people.
Yeah, change is difficult.
And plus the teachers are probably a little intimidated by the fact of, the more frequent evaluations. I'd say it makes you really be on your toes. And
well, and I'm sure that's true, Nikki, but most of them are outstanding.
Right.
I think that that's why Bradley County, while we are funded at one of the lower levels in the state, our scores are always near the top.
They are.
And it's because we really try to hire our very best people, the best people that we can find. What I tell the principals, what I ask them to do is to hire the best person for the job. And I believe that's what they do, and it shows up as excellence in our classrooms every day.
It certainly does. And of course, it's common knowledge that we have two of the best school systems in the state of Tennessee right here in this county.
My son is in his first year at Ocoee Middle, and we've just been ecstatic with it. He loves the school, he loves his teachers. He's learned so much, and we really appreciate everybody there at Ocoee Middle. And it made his transition from elementary school into middle school easier for him.
How is the new program that was instituted a few months ago, and I forget the name of it, but it's the International Baccalaureate degree. Am I close?
You're right. It is. It's the International Baccalaureate program.
Okay.
Based out of Geneva, Switzerland.
Okay.
And then there is a United States office in New York.
Okay.
The International Baccalaureate program has really expanded across the United States over the last 10 or 12 years. I worked at an International Baccalaureate school in Florida, down in Palm Beach County. Atlantic High School was one of the top performing high schools in the nation. We were ranked as one of the top 100 high schools for the last several years before I moved back to Cleveland. And in part because we have that high academic program at the school. It provides an opportunity for students who are advanced and gifted to really excel and to be challenged in a way that regular curriculum doesn't, and it gives an end goal, which is the International Baccalaureate Diploma, recognized worldwide. The program was really developed for the children of diplomats as they would travel around the world. There would be continuity of study, so that if this year they were in America and next year in, let's say, in Germany, there would be continuity of study as they would travel around the world.
And it's interesting that you say that, because we have that situation. We have German students coming to America, and we may have some go to Germany for the training. You never know. But that's the reason for this International Baccalaureate program.
In part,
for the continuity.
We wanted to provide something for the children of those who might be coming here from Europe and other parts of the world to the industry that's coming to Bradley County. And we also wanted to provide that high-end academic challenge to our students here in Bradley County. So we're doing the International Baccalaureate program at Walker Valley, and it's a little bit slower process to get instituted. There's a lot of training.
I'm sure.
We earned the Small Learning Communities grant. We collaborated with Cleveland City. Bradley County wrote the grant. We received a $6 million grant that really provides the funding to help us get the training that we would need to implement the program. And we're bringing the Cambridge program from Cambridge University in England to Bradley Central. And it's a little different program from the International Baccalaureate, but it's also a high-end academic program with international recognition. It ties in very well with the strong career technical program that we have at Bradley Central, and students can actually earn college credit and high academic credit while they're at Bradley Central. So we're very excited about both the programs.
Sounds like
that's
is
something to be
working
excited
great.
about.
We have to take a break, but let's find out what's ahead. What's on your heart that you really want to tell the public about today?
All right, Dan, I look forward to it. Glad to be here this morning.
We have to take a break and be right back in just a moment. Got to talk to Rob and Ryan about what's coming up on the movies. But you've got some growth coming up. We've got, the county is growing, you've got schools to build, you've got to work all through the money issues. How's that going? I know it's a great challenge. You got a lot on your plate. How's that looking?
Dan, if the folks who have looked at Bradley County, who studied Spartanburg, South Carolina, and the areas where BMW, Toyota, down in Alabama, Mississippi, if we look at those communities and then extrapolate that onto Bradley County, what does Bradley County face in the future? If, let's say it like this, if what happened in Spartanburg happens here in Bradley County, we'll have phenomenal growth.
Oh yeah.
Part of my job is to make the community, particularly those decision makers who have to make the hard decisions about community growth, to make them aware of the needs of our schools. And the Strategic 2035 plan indicated that we would have some growth over the next several years, particularly over 20 years, that we would need several new schools to address that growth. part of my job has been to make the commission aware, the school board aware of what those numbers look like. And we have on the table right now requests before the county commission that we would like to do some renovation and build a new academic building down at Lake Forest. The county commission went down there with us, looked at the buildings, and really gave us some great feedback indicating that they would like for us, instead of just renovating and repairing, to build a new academic building on the campus of Lake Forest. And really that's #1 priority for us.
Lake Forest is.
Yes.
And then of course you've got the school that was damaged by the tornado, or destroyed by the tornado.
Well, Blue Springs was destroyed by the storm. It really, there was a lot of structural damage to the roofing system, to some of the walls. As the roof lifts in the storm, the walls move. That happened at a lot of homes. That happened at Blue Springs Elementary School. And the board made a decision that it was time just to go ahead and close the school. Rather than repair it, it was time to go ahead and move forward on our growth plan. And to secure some property, we have bought 20 acres off of Blue Springs Road at the corner of Old Federal and Blue Springs. It's 1.9 miles from the old school, but a little closer into town. There was some controversy as well. It's just a few hundred feet inside the district boundary from District 6 to District 5. That was in the paper. There was some discussion about that.
Yeah, they got that settled, I think.
I think they did. They decided that that new property for the school would stay in the 5th. The board really didn't discuss if it was the 5th or the 6th. They just found great property close to the Blue Springs site, and they bought property for a new school. The district is really the work of the commission, not the school board.
Yeah, that's great.
So we bought a property that we felt was good for the school system, and we hope that the commission can help us find the money. What insurance money comes from Blue Springs would go toward that rebuild of the Blue Springs Elementary School. But Dan, we've got a problem, I believe, that's even greater than that right now, and that's Walker Valley is full.
Oh, I know.
Oh, my goodness.
Mr. Coggin has asked us over the last several years to please look at providing more space there. And one of the ways we've addressed that is when folks go up there, they'll see a portable on the front of the campus. That's an additional classroom that we need more than that one.
Right.
My granddaughter Abby is there. Great school. I love it. It's not by my house, really, not far from me, but great school.
I know Walker Valley is a wonderful school.
They have a wonderful parental support. I was going to say booster program. I guess that they have booster programs, but the parental support at that school, I guess at all of our schools, is just phenomenal. And great to see that kind of support as they support our schools around the county. 7:20, running a little late. We're talking to Johnny McDaniel, Director of Schools. Appreciate you coming by today.
So nice to meet you.
Getting up early and telling us what's going on in schools. Always look forward to you coming in, and I hope you can come in a few weeks and give us another update as we find out what's going on.
Dan, I would be glad to. It's my pleasure.
Always good to see you, Johnny.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Back in just a moment and talk to Robin Ryan about the movies. Stay with us.